Welcome, everyone. My name is Sam Perry. You're here on the Pulse of Spokane with Spokane Talks Media. Joining me today is Mr. Dave Lucas, who's going to be talking about the Veteran Standout, which is happening in just a few days. And we'll talk about that right after this.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and the description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
So, Mr. Lucas, welcome.
Thank you, Sam. It's great to be here. It's a pleasure to be able to get the word out about the Veteran Stand Down.
Awesome. Yeah, tell us a little bit about it. We're all super excited to hear.
Yeah, so Saturday, June 26th, from 10 to 2 at the Salvation Army campus, there off of Indiana and Division, we're going to be hosting the second Spokane Veteran Stand Down. It's an opportunity for our veterans in our community to get any services they may need, connect, get that camaraderie they would like. There's going to be an opportunity for a lunch, as well as 50-ish vendors that will be there providing a variety of services, able to assist our veterans with everything from homeless services to benefits to enrollment into VA, any services that we can provide. Just an opportunity to really give back and connect with our veterans here in Spokane.
Amazing. And this is the second standout.
Right. So stand downs had traditionally been a rural effort, and so it was really an effort that the Veterans Administration had started to bring veterans out of the rural areas and get them enrolled in VA benefits and eligibility, get them treated if they needed any assistance. And so it was an opportunity to, one, offer a meal to get those folks come down, and to offer surplus, which is gear that was used previously that now was no longer being, it's just in storage. And so that green gear, things like sleeping bags, jackets, socks, gloves, things that veterans, bags, backpacks, things that veterans might be able to use, particularly if they're in a rural community. A couple of years ago, we started talking and realized that there was a need here in Spokane, even though we were a more urban center and had many benefits and opportunities for our homeless veterans and others that might need services. But this was an opportunity to bring everything together at one place in one day, and a veteran could get whatever services they needed at one spot. And so we started that. Last year was the first. It was in January. It was a little bit colder. And then due to COVID and some of the other things that have happened over the last year, we've settled on June being the opportunity to host it again. June 26th, this Saturday, 10 to 2 at the Salvation Army campus.
Awesome. Tell us how the first one went and what can we expect from this second annual?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the first one went very well. We didn't really know what to expect. So again, we had about 50 vendors. As I mentioned, there's everything from lawyers who can provide legal assistance, medical care, folks who can address or help veterans with any of their combat stress questions or issues they may be facing, folks to help homeless veterans with housing. As I mentioned, we had a lunch, and so this is an opportunity to do that similar thing. We had about 250 folks show up last time. We're planning on that this time. We really have no idea to know what it's going to look like. So opportunities like this to really get the word out are great, and we really appreciate that. The people will find out and about. We've got little cards that we've put out that basically are just little flyers that are an opportunity for at different service locations for veterans to kind of take and either pass it on to somebody. And I'll leave some with you as well. If you run into somebody who says they're a veteran, we'd love to have them join us, but we don't know. So we're prepared to support up to about 250. Hopefully we have more than a few show up, and we just never know.
Amazing, amazing. Tell us why this is important to you. You're obviously very passionate. What experience have you had?
Yeah, so I'm a retired Marine officer. Did 22 years and really benefited tremendously from my experiences in the Marine Corps. It was an amazing organization. The friendship and the camaraderie is unbelievable, and I got to work with just the best people in the world who've become my lifelong friends. And one of the things I see is it's really tough to transition from the military to civilian life, even under the best circumstances. And not everybody transitions under the best circumstances. So really I saw a need and a gap to really make that connection with veterans. And there's a variety of great organizations here. We've got things like the Veterans Court, which really does an effort. But that's after a veteran's gotten into trouble with the legal system and is now in the court system. We've got things down on Second for healthcare for homeless veterans. Again, that's at a veteran after he's kind of home, after he is homeless and is struggling. So I was really trying to figure out where were ways that we could connect with veterans and we provide resources and to try to help them to be as successful as they want to be and make those connections at wherever they were in their life, whether brand new transition veterans or retired veterans that might want to try to find some of that camaraderie that they really experienced in their service time.
Awesome. What does it mean to you when you see someone that you've helped in a really good way, that you've had a very positive impact on a veteran that was struggling and now you've helped them get better?
It's a great feeling in the sense personally, but also just institutionally. I mean, that's what I've done for the last quarter century. And that's one of the things that I really do miss about the military. And maybe this is an opportunity for me to really kind of make that connection as well is, while you're in the military and you're working with, your brothers and sisters on your left and right, it doesn't matter. You'll do anything for them and they do anything for you, whether it's small, little things or big, gigantic asks. And so an opportunity to kind of carry that on and really bring that to our community, I think is really important. And I've done that in other things that I've been involved in. I've really recognized that sense of connection and bringing that community to your neighbors, your other veterans, is really important to me. So that's one of the things that has been really satisfying about these types of efforts or any of the veteran efforts to really connect with our veterans here in our community.
Is that sense of camaraderie, I'm sure that's apparent throughout every veteran that has served.
Oh, it is. And I would say that that's the thing that veterans miss. No matter what they served, whether it was a short stint or an entire career and they retired from the service, most of them don't miss what they did. And certainly there are negatives and downsides of serving in the military that they really don't miss. I mean, there's some things like, you'll hear veterans talk about, I don't want to stand in line anymore. I don't want to wait. I don't want to be hurry up and wait, some of the sayings. But all of them universally really reflect on how great and how close that sense of camaraderie is with, as I mentioned, the brothers and sisters on their left and right, that they would do anything for and that would do anything for them. I mean, they really do miss the people tremendously.
I'm sure that's why that standout is going to be awesome, because you get that sense of bringing all these veterans together, and maybe they get that sense of camaraderie again. You look to your right and you'll see someone who has maybe been through the same things as you. Is that going to be a good part of this standout?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even as the stand down went down and was executed last time, just the opportunity to kind of bounce around and talk to veterans, hear about their experiences, share sea stories, sit down and have lunch together, interact. Some people brought their families, which was great, so you got to meet family members. Sometimes it was a family member who really saw what the veteran needed, and they were the one who was working to try to connect that veteran with those services, whether it was something more significant like compensation benefits or health benefits or housing, or I think, as we mentioned before we started, a younger veteran came in and wanted some help with his resume. So we just connected him with a job coach to help him work on that and to really help him to be successful in the things he was working on.
Can you show us this T-shirt you got here?
Oh, yeah. So
yeah.
These are our volunteer T-shirts. So this is what you'll see if you come to the stand down on Saturday. And these are our great sponsors. I really have been blessed. We've had several folks step up. We've got our title sponsor, John and Kathy Neidiger. We've had some very large local partners. Goodwill is one of our main partners. You got American Red Cross. We've got Salvation Army, which is going to be hosting us. Avista, which people are very familiar with. Franz Bakery, which is going to have our hospitality. We're going to have donuts and coffee in the morning. Greater Spokane Elks Lodge basically put in for a national grant to help us out. Goodwill, I mentioned. Grand Canyon University. Pepsi, who's providing all the drinks. Rotary Club 21, one of our local service organizations, made a great donation. Sports Clips Haircuts is going to be doing haircuts for our veterans. Salvation Army, I mentioned. United Healthcare, which made a really nice donation, will be providing connections for healthcare resources. The VA, which we wouldn't be able to do any of this without, as I mentioned, whether it's the surplus, healthcare, our combat veteran support. VFW is going to be there, and Post 51 made a great donation. And our Washington Department of Veteran Affairs, which has been a great partner as well, has really come up and supported. And it's going to be really interesting. This same weekend, the VFW, the Veterans of Foreign War, are going to be hosting their national convention here in Spokane the same time. And so hopefully there'll be an opportunity for the national commander and the auxiliary president to come over and join the event as well. So it's a really exciting weekend for veterans across the board this weekend.
That's awesome. I love to see, it's very inspiring to see all these local businesses and associations come together to help the people who have served our country.
Our community has been amazing. I mean, they really have stepped up and really supported our veterans in tremendous ways with financial as well as their volunteer support. We'll expect about 50 volunteers, people who just sign up to spend their Saturday helping out. Everything from serving meals, helping to clean up, getting veterans where they need to be, set up, and break down, cleaning up. I mean, all those things take a lot of time, and so we've got a tremendous support here locally to come out and help with that. It really is amazing. It's one of the other things that just makes Spokane such a great community to live in.
Mm-hmm. It's important to give back, especially to the people who have given so much for us. So, Mr. Lucas, thank you for coming here today, talk about the stand down. Thank you for your service, of course. And everyone, this has been The Pulse. Please make sure to go to the Veteran Standout at the Salvation Army campus on June 26th from 10 to 2 p.m. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
It's been great.
Thanks,
Thank
Dave.
you.
Well, this is Bloomsday in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate, but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
At Wendell, you are respected, you are valued, and we have an experience tailored to fit your lifestyle.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Gina.
And we bought 3 cars from Wendell Motors. Throughout the day, I just kind of would get updates, texts, phone calls, and I was actually really impressed with how my wife was taken care of.
People should shop at Wendell because they make you feel like family.
For your tailored experience, come see us at Wendell at the Y or Wendell.com.
Welcome to Apex Plaza, Spokane's one-stop cannabis destination. Apex Cannabis features thousands of economy, value, and luxury cannabis products. Cannagear features hemp-based CBD products, glass, goods, and gear. Stop by 1325 North Division to experience the Apex difference.
This product has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming. Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug. There may be health risk associated with the consumption of this product. For use only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children.
When building a home or considering a major remodel, who are you going to choose? The Spokane Home Builders Association is an organization that works to elevate professionalism in the residential construction industry. We promote, protect, and educate for our community, building our community one home at a time. We are the Spokane Home Builders Association.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.